And if it didn't work, what can we do better? This is what I did when I was VP of operations, again, deploying 225 megawatts of electrical and data center infrastructure. We had to go back and fix those things after the main construction. Now we went back and we finished those things, but it cost us extra time, money, and attention that had we planned for them in the beginning, it would have solved a lot of other issues and it would have been a lot more efficient from a capital and time perspective. And so what did we do? Today, we're talking about the last discipline inside of phase three cadence. It is the Voyage review. The Voyage reviewers are those long period of time reviews where you get together with the team and you look at three questions. Did we hit our waypoints? If yes, what worked? If no, what didn't go according to plan? Those three questions are just the have to be the foundation of this review because you have to look at it from, a scientific method perspective. You need to evaluate what you thought or what your thesis was. What did you hypothecate? What did you theorize was going to happen if you did this? Did Y happen? If we did X, did Y occur? We had an idea. Did the idea prove true? That has to be reviewed regularly. That has to be scheduled in cadence because that's how you grow and grow on system. System propels itself. The system itself propels growth because you're taking the time to evaluate, did the thing work? Are we closer to our waypoint? Did we hit our waypoints on target, on time? What got in the way? Where do we have to adjust? Because from the information that you gain from doing the Voyage review, you're going to apply it in the first three principles. Did we need to adjust course? Do we need to adjust the crew? Do we need to adjust cadence? One of those three, or maybe multiple of those three, are going to get a change through the Voyage review because you're going to get more data by looking at longer term trends. You don't want to make long-term trend decisions based upon a single day or a single week or even really a single month because you haven't seen it over a long enough time horizon to be able to see what the averages are, to be able to see what the trend line is. That's when you can really make good, informed, strategic decisions that are going to give you more power and make you more focused on where to deploy capital, time, and resources. But you have to take the time to look at the Voyage and see what happened. Break it down. In the military, it's called an after action report. After action reports are simple, right? Again, this was popularized over the last 50 years or so where they'd come up with their plan, they execute the plan, and then they see, did the plan work? And if it didn't work, what can we do better? This is what I did when I was VP of operations, again, deploying 225 megawatts of electrical and data center infrastructure. We had phase one complete, but there were still some holes that were lagging. One, the site lighting didn't get deployed on time, and we didn't really pay good enough attention to the drainage system on the site. We had to go back and fix those things after the main construction. So there were a couple things that lagged being totally complete. Now we went back and we finished those things, but it cost us extra time, money, and attention that had we planned for them in the beginning, it would have solved a lot of other issues and it would have been a lot more efficient from a capital and time perspective. And so what did we do? We took that feedback from how we did in phase one deployment and we moved it into phase two. Phase two had a defined site lighting plan. It had defined grading for drainage to make sure that water didn't pool up next to the infrastructure. Everything worked a lot better the second time we did it because we took the time to analyze phase one. Always analyze. Always take the time to look at, did your plan work? A typical one is over a quarter and then over half a year and then over a year. Yes, you could do it time bound, but you can also do project improvements. So if your project is a multi-month project, you can see, are you on schedule? Did it work? Did the investment pay off for my company? What was the return? When did the return take place? There's so many different things that you can evaluate in your company, but it's important to look at things over a long-term horizon. So again, you can look at trend analysis, you can look at a fully fleshed out data points that are averaged over a longer period of time to make sure that you are staying on course. And then apply that information to the future. How are you going to make it better the next time? Subscribe, the Alex Hayes Fractional COO, to keep learning more. Stay on course.